So much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started. Hello. This is Teresa, and today we got a good one, y'all. We're going to be talking about how to take control of rising food prices without going into debt. The rising cost of food, from everyday staples like eggs and tomatoes to snacks and pantry essentials, has left people feeling very frustrated and financially strained. It's easy to fall into a place of victim mentality, believing that the situation is out of our hands. So easy for us to feel hopeless and to just give up. We can't do that, y'all. We're going to make lemonade out of those lemons, okay? Instead of feeling powerless in the face of rising prices, let's choose to be proactive. The economy fluctuates. This is not new to us, but we have to make smart decisions. And when we do, we build a buffer against financial stress. Every step, whether it's planting a few vegetables on your deck in containers or in your backyard, cutting back on waste, or finding creative ways to save, it all adds up over time. You have to have the power to adapt, prepare, and thrive in these uncertain times. While we can't directly control inflation or supply chain disruptions, we can take intentional steps to become more self-sufficient and financially resilient. By shifting our mindsets from one of helplessness to one of empowerment, we can find creative ways to stretch our dollars, reduce waste, and even grow some food on our own. The key is to focus on what we can control, such as shopping smarter, cutting unnecessary spending, making small lifestyle adjustments that add up over time. Rather than reacting to rising prices, we can prepare proactively, ensuring that our households remain stable and that we don't fall into debt while we're trying to put food on our table. So now, let's talk about some of the reasons why our food prices are increasing. Because understanding the reasons behind rising food costs can help us navigate them more strategically. Here are some key factors contributing to higher grocery bills. Number one, inflation. The general rise in prices over time means everything, including food, costs more. Wages often don't increase at the same rate, making it harder for households to keep up. Supply chain disruptions. Global events like pandemics, wars, labor shortages have caused delays and increased the cost of transporting food. And let us not forget the big one that's in the news right now, the bird flu or avian flu. It is causing a major disruption with our eggs, right? And why? Mass culling of chickens, is the reason why. And the reason they're culling the chickens is that because of the avian flu outbreak. It has led to millions of egg-laying hens to be culled, drastically reducing supply. So that means that there's lower egg production. So fewer hens mean fewer eggs, leading to scarcity and higher prices. Also impacting is increased costs from the farmers. Farmers dealing with avian flu outbreaks must spend more on biosecurity measures and repopulating flocks, and those costs are passed down to us, the consumers. Side note, check out my blog post at www.earringsoff.com that outlines easy and cheap alternatives to eggs. The title of that post is Egg Prices Got You Scrambling? Try these alternatives. Okay? So number one is inflation. Number two, supply chain disruptions. Now let's talk about corporate price hikes. Number three, corporate price hikes. Some companies raise prices not just due to supply chain issues, but because they see an opportunity to make bigger profits. Yeah, believe it or not, that's a thing. Rising production costs. Number four, farmers are facing higher costs for fuel, fertilizer, and labor, which gets passed down to us, the consumer. Climate change and natural disasters, which is number five. Droughts, floods, extreme weather affect our food production, leading to shortages and higher prices. And the one thing that we've been hearing so much about in the news as of late is tariffs. The recent tariffs imposed by the United States on imports from Canada and Mexico are expected to lead to significant increases in food prices across the country. These tariffs, it's being said that they're going to affect a wide range of products, many of which are staples in our households, like when it comes to fresh produce, avocados, and tomatoes. The U.S. imports a substantial portion of its avocados and tomatoes from Mexico. With the new tariffs, the cost of these imports is expected to rise, leading to higher prices for consumers. Also coming from Mexico is tequila and beer, so you know it's the same. The prices are going to be impacted. We have grains and staples that are coming to us from Canada. We're expecting that those prices might be impacted as well due to the tariffs. Also, processed foods and beverages, various packaged goods, many processed foods and beverages are imported from Mexico and Canada, and they're subject to the new tariffs as well. And we might see some price hikes there in items such as canned goods, snacks, and other packaged products. Overall, these tariffs are projected to exacerbate the existing inflationary pressures that we are experiencing, leading to higher grocery bills for consumers. The increased costs are not limited to imported goods. Domestic products may also see a price hike due to the interconnected nature of our supply chains, the rising costs of materials and transportation. It's important for us as consumers to stay informed about these changes and consider strategies to mitigate the impact on our household budgets, such as seeking out local alternatives, adjusting purchasing habits, and exploring community resources. Since many of these factors are outside of our control, the best response is for us to focus on what we can do to adapt, save money, and maintain financial stability. So, how do we prepare? Number one, we can start looking at growing our own food. One of the most effective ways to combat rising food prices is to grow what you can at home. Even if you don't have a garden, you can still grow small-scale crops like windowsill gardening in your windowsill on the inside of your house. It is easy to grow herbs like basil, mint, rosemary. All of these can thrive indoors and save you money on fresh seasonings. Container gardening. Tomatoes, peppers, lettuce, and even potatoes can be grown in pots or buckets on your deck. Community gardens. If you lack space, look for local garden programs where you can grow food alongside others. Regrow kitchen scraps. Yeah, you heard me. Regrow kitchen scraps. This is a thing because I've done it. Green onions, lettuce, and celery can be regrown in water and later transplanted into soil. Growing food not only reduces grocery expenses, but also ensures you have fresh, nutritious produce at your fingertips. Growing your own food is a way to combat rising grocery costs, and it ensures your access to fresh, healthy produce. Now, here are some resources to help you get started. A couple of books. Number 1, The Vegetable Gardener's Bible. This book is by Edward C. Smith. It's a comprehensive guide for growing vegetables in various climates. Square Foot Gardening by Mel Bartholomew. Great for beginners with limited space. The Backyard Homestead by Carleen Madigan. Ideal for those looking to grow food and raise small livestock. A couple of online resources and websites. The Old Farmer's Almanac. You can find it at almanac.com. There you will find planting calendars, soil tips, and weather advice. Grow Veg. That website is growveg.com. It's a garden planner tool for beginners. Epic Gardening, shop.epicgardening.com. There you'll find tutorials, podcasts, and step-by-step gardening guides. And I just realized in each case I said a couple, and I ended up giving you 3. So 3 books and 3 websites. Forgive my faux pas. Okay, so number 2, let's look at meal planning and portion control. Planning meals ahead of time is a proven way to cut waste and save money. Here's how. Make a weekly meal plan based on ingredients you already have and what's on sale. Batch cook meals. So this is cooking a lot of food at once, right? Batch cook meals, you do this to avoid last-minute fast food spending. Cook in bulk and freeze portions for later use. Use portion control to make food last longer. Most people serve more than they actually need. Repurpose your leftovers into new meals. An example would be, let's say you have roast chicken. So one day it can be roast chicken with vegetables. The next day you can take that leftover roast chicken and turn it into soup or sandwiches, or even toss the chicken into a stir fry. By maximizing every ingredient, you will stretch your grocery budget further and avoid unnecessary trips to the store. Number 3, buy in bulk and shop smart. Buying in bulk is a long-term money saver, but only if it's done wisely. Here's how to do it smarter. Stock up on non-perishable items like rice, beans, pasta, oats, and canned goods when they're on sale. Use unit pricing to compare cost per ounce and per pound and make sure you get the best deal. Shop discount in wholesale stores for staple items. Buy meat in bulk, then portion it and freeze it so it lasts longer. Opt for the store brand products instead of name brands. They often contain the same ingredients but cost less. If space is limited, consider sharing bulk purchases with your family and friends to split the cost. Yeah, do that. Okay? Number 4, preserve food for the long term. Learning how to store and preserve food properly prevents waste and helps you stretch groceries. Some easy methods for this includes freezing. Buy meat, bread, and vegetables on sale. Freeze them for later use. I love the fall vegetables. The farmer's market the farmers market tend to close right after fall, like right before Christmas. But what I do is stock up on, my leafy greens that you get during the fall, like collard greens, kale, those things. You can literally blanch them, buy it in bulk, clean them, of course, blanch them, and freeze them, and you can have those luscious collard greens and kale and all sorts of fall vegetables throughout winter, if that's your thing. It is my thing. So, another one, canning. Now, this is where I wish I had been in the kitchen with my mom to learn how to do this one. I don't know how to can, but I would really love to learn. So, canning, if you know how to, this you can preserve fruits, vegetables, and sauces for months and even years. Dehydrating. Dry herbs and fruit and even meat to extend its shelf life. Vacuum sealing. The vacuum sealing protects bulk bought dry goods from pests and moisture. By preserving food when prices are low, you avoid paying more later when costs rise. Number 5, cut out unnecessary spending. It is so easy for us to overspend on convenience foods and snacks and beverages. Consider these cutbacks. Limit your processed snacks. Buy whole ingredients and make simple snacks at home. Skip the sugary drinks and bottled beverages. Make your own tea, coffee, or flavored water instead. Think about that. Coffee nowadays at these coffee shops, oh my goodness, you can spend up to $8 or more on a coffee drink. That would be quite a savings over a week's time if you did it every day, if you made it at home. Okay, pack your meals for work and school. Avoid paying premium prices for takeout. Cook at home more often. Eating out frequently adds up so quickly. Tracking your grocery spending and eliminating impulse buys can free up more money for essentials. Now, number 6, find ways to earn extra income. If rising food costs are making it harder to make ends meet, consider side income opportunities to boost your budget. Like those homemade food items that you're going to learn to preserve and make and bake, consider selling them to your neighbors and friends or at the farmer's market. Offer a service like meal prepping, tutoring, or grocery delivering. Freelance online in skills like writing, graphic design, or consulting if you have those skills. Monetize your hobbies like selling your crafts, making herbal teas, or woodworking. Even an extra $50 to $100 can cushion your budget and reduce your financial stress. 7, use community resources and bartering. Many people struggle with high food costs, so take advantage of local resources and support these systems. Food co-ops and CSA programs, there you can get fresh produce at lower prices by buying directly from the farmers. Yeah, it's a win-win. You help the farmer and you get fresh local produce. Barter with your neighbors. Swap extra garden produce and eggs, like eggs or other homemade goods. Visit discount grocers and food pantries. These are valuable resources, not signs of failure. Please hear me when I say it's not a sign of failure. If you need to visit a discount grocer or a food pantry, do not hesitate to do so. Join online groups for food swaps or meal sharing, community-based solutions that can help stretch your food supply. Being resourceful and working within your community can make a big difference. Now, in conclusion, y'all, it's all about a mindset shift. We are going from fear, frustration, and anxiousness about our food and the food costs and the rising food costs to empowerment. Instead of feeling powerless in the face of rising prices, let's choose to be proactive. The economy fluctuates. It does. This is not new to us. By making smart decisions, you can build a buffer against financial stress. Every step, whether it's planting a few herbs or cutting back on waste or finding creative ways to save, adds up over time. You have the power to adapt, prepare, and thrive even in uncertain times. We've got this. Please share this podcast with someone. And thank you so much for listening. And remember, when we know better, we do better. Take good care.